This is the Goggler Podcast, Bahir and Uma with you. And surprise, surprise, there was a new animated Batman movie that was dropped on Prime Video. It's called Merry Little Batman, and it is a delight. It is completely unexpected. The
Yep.
animation style is completely different from what you are used to. It stars Luke Wilson as Batman, which should tell you what this thing is. But I did not expect to like this as much as I did, and I'll tell you why, Bahe. It gave me, for the first time, a completely different and yet perfect depiction of young Damian Wayne.
Mm.
Like, I've read Damian Wayne in the comics, and he's always like, he's gotten better now, a lot better. But initially, he was this annoying punk little kid who thought he could do anything because obviously he's the fucking grandson of the demon, right?
Yeah.
And so he was like, nobody can touch me. I'm Damian Wayne. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And the depiction of Damian Wayne in this series is this eager, young son of Bruce Wayne who wants to be a superhero, but his dad is so protective over him. It's a version we've never seen before, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cuter version of Batman, right? It's this
Yes.
Batman that pulled double duty to clean up Gotham so that his son grows up
I
in a
love that
Gotham
idea.
that is considered the safest city in the world.
I love that idea because at the back of my mind, every time I'm reading a comic, a Batman comic, I'm just like, why doesn't he just do that? Like, just kill
Yeah.
the fucking Riddler, right? Get rid of the Joker. Just do what needs to be done, man, and Gotham will be the best place in the world.
Just suck it up and fucking do it, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's just like fuck Superman and his no kill rules, right? Just do it. Just fucking do it, man. Get it over with. I will be the one to say it because you won't, but I will be the one to say it. This isn't a canon Batman story.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Yes.
Yeah. It's a cute little 2023 animated superhero film called Merry Little Batman. And even in that title, it should prove to you and should tell you that this is for the kids. I will say though, yes, the art style is a little more funny. It's a little cutesy. Luke Wilson plays Bruce Wayne as a little helicopter dad kind of guy. But in the second half of this film, when shit goes down, shit gets down.
Right? It doesn't pull any punches. It gets dark.
Poison Ivy's strangling a child, Damian Wayne. You know what I mean? This isn't a little spank on the bottom, oh, you naughty boy kind of Batman cartoon.
The Rogues Gallery behave like the Rogues of Batman.
Yeah.
Joker is Joker. It's not a sanitized version of Joker. Neither is Penguin, neither is Riddler or
Yeah.
Poison Ivy. They're all being as villainous as they can be. And then there's a really interesting twist in Joker's plan that I thought serves the story really well.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's also kind of dark. Basically, the story is Home Alone, essentially.
It's Home Alone. Yeah.
But Bruce Wayne has been tricked to going on a mission, and then young Damian Wayne is left by himself, and he gets the cape and cowl and needs to save Gotham, but ends up fucking everything up. All of that plays really well. Like, the depiction of the character and the journey he goes through, the hero's journey that young Damian Wayne goes through,
Yes.
and the way it's depicted on screen, even with the fucking suddenly out of nowhere black and white woodblock thing dream sequence, I was like, whoa, that really hits home. But it's executed really, really well. And so it actually feels like a Christmas story with meaning and gravitas, and it's trying to do something. It's not like an extended Family Guy episode where everyone's just making fun of each other.
That runs for too long and you just wish this would end. Yeah. You know what it is as well? It even plays out like a 12 issue run. A 12 issue comic
Yes.
run, right? Like you can almost see, oh, this is where issue 1 would end. This is where issue 2 would end. And I feel like it works really well in this calling of Damian Wayne out to essentially save Christmas, or at least try to save Christmas, but then get pulled into the Joker's sort of really twisted plan to ruin the Bat family. I really like this. I was surprised at how serious this was, despite the way it is animated and despite the way it's obviously for younger children. I was surprised at how dark and actually dangerous things were, especially when the movie opens with Damian Wayne chasing their little cat Selena, which I thought was just cute. And then Damian being given foam batarangs and bat plasters. It feels like, oh, this is just going to be Damien at home by himself. But no, it escalates.
Also, just for all Batman fans of all ilks, based on everything Batman you've seen, the number of in jokes and Easter eggs in
Oof.
this are tremendous and hilarious
Yeah.
and really well inserted and executed. David Hornsby plays Joker. David Hornsby, who is Rickety Cricket from It's Always Sunny, plays
Yeah.
Joker. And if you're not going to have Mark Hamill, I think David Hornsby
It's pretty good.
is pretty good casting. Also, James Cromwell
I was gonna say.
as Alfred.
Yeah.
What more
Yeah.
you want, lah?
I will say I'm disappointed that the rest of the cast isn't so famous, I guess. I would have loved a sort of like a slight who's voices kind of thing, but I think overall it's very well done. And I would say Jonas Kubrip, who plays Damian Wayne, is fantastic.
So this one was one of the projects that was approved before the gun takeover. And so I think it's considered as a DC Elseworlds thing.
Right.
But it's also kind of like a backdoor pilot to a series that's coming on Prime Video called Bat Family.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow. I did
So
not
there's
know that.
going to be a series with a similar style, I think a similar comedic tone called Bat Family. And I wasn't sure about that at first because I wasn't sure what kind of a direction it would be taking, whether it would be more Teen Titans Go. But this feels like something different. And I think it works. Like watching this movie has made me excited for that series.
I agree. Okay, now I'm on board. Yeah, you're right.
And also, I know there have been some complaints on the internet because obviously this doesn't fit in with any of the DCU plans
Yeah.
that James Gunn is doing. But I think it's actually very clear. There are going to be Elseworlds projects, which are like Matt Reeves' Batman because it's too good and they don't want to cancel that, or the second Joker movie, for example. But then the DCU stuff is just the stuff that James Gunn is overseeing.
Yeah.
Which for me, if you are a comic book reader, you understand exactly what that is because
Oh,
there
yeah.
are dozens of Batman stories, not released every year, mind you, released every month by DC. And a lot of them have nothing to do with anything. Like if you sat down and tried to put together a timeline, you would have no idea because you'd be like, wait, isn't Alfred dead in the comics or is he come back to life? Wait, hasn't Bruce Wayne given up his fortune? Isn't he just living in an apartment somewhere? What is happening? Where does this fit in? Like,
Or not even that, just like something like Gotham by Gaslight, right? It's just a story. It's a 3-4 issue comic book arc that just sort of lives on its own. The Superman Red Sun, I think it's something we've accepted in the comic book world, and I think to be pedantic about canon with films, I think it's silly, especially with a studio like DC, which has failed time and time again in trying to do anything correctly in terms of canon.
I'm all for more little stories like this one because they're so much fun. And if they're as well written and well executed as Merry Little Batman, then just bring it on.
The DC Universe animated universe really has always been this sort of weird combination of just things, right? It's never been canon based anyway. So what does it matter?
Yeah. Also, it's been very good. The DC animated movies have been excellent.
DC animated movies have been excellent.
Far better than the Marvel animated shit. Because the Marvel animated stuff has been so kid targeted that so much of it is awful.
Yeah.
Watch Merry Little Batman. It is a great Christmas treat. It is also, I think, a good thing to introduce your kids to Batman to. It's cute, it's fun, it tackles all of the core things about being a superhero.
Yeah. Yeah.
That messaging is very strong because I think when I was watching this, I was like, oh yeah, this is the kind of stuff I used to love about superhero comics growing up. Like, that's what made me fall in love with superheroes. And that's what made me want to be a superhero. And I think all of that is captured perfectly in this film. So, Merry Little Batman, it's streaming on Prime Video. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Goggler MY are all of our social media feeds. You can also email us on podcast@goggler.my or send us a WhatsApp on the Goggler hotline 012-524-5208. Drop us a line on any one of those channels and we'll send you a link to join our brand new Discord server where you can chat with us in real time. Thank you so much for listening. This is the Goggler Podcast.